Welcome to the world of data necropolitics, a term deployed by scholars Antonio Pele and Mulholland, which they define as a predatory form of digital governance that exploits and discriminates against vulnerable populations. Building on Achille Mbembe's influential work on necropolitics, which originally explored how states exercise power over life and death, Pele and Mulholland argue that the digital age has created new forms of control where data itself becomes a weapon. In their words, these new necropolitical systems, quote, subjugate, discriminate, and eventually eliminate individuals. Not through physical violence, but through algorithmic decisions and automated neglect. Imagine this. Life-defining decisions about healthcare, welfare, safety are increasingly handled by algorithms. These systems, designed to be efficient and neutral, instead operate with built-in biases. They don't see humans, they see patterns, and they don't feel responsibility. They follow the code. And this is what sociologist Zygmunt Bauman warned of in Modernity and the Holocaust, the danger of turning people into numbers, of bureaucratic systems that strip individuals of their humanity. And when we reduce lives to data points, ethical judgments get outsourced and suffering becomes invisible. Bruno Sarachi, writing about internet folklore figures like Slender Man, describes the loss of this human face, this human interaction, as a symbol of dehumanization and a loss of sociality. In the digital world, the faceless isn't just eerie, it's political, and to be unseen is to be unaccounted for. Dr. Laura Glitzos might call this the monstrous digital. Edwin Black, in his history of IBM's role in the Holocaust, reminds us that society, and I quote, barely noticed when massively organised information became a tool of social control. In other words, the more powerful data systems become, the easier it is to use them to sort, exclude, or erase. According to Trebor Scholz and others in the field of digital labour and surveillance, we now live in a world where people are herded into, quote, digital farms, monitored, ranked, and valued. AI doesn't just predict behaviour, it reinforces hierarchy because it automates exclusion. As Pele and Mulholland emphasise, the violence here isn't just physical, it's symbolic because the most vulnerable, the elderly, the poor, racial minorities are often those that are most affected. They're targeted not because of their individual traits, but because their data fits a category deemed risky, unprofitable, or expendable. In a world shaped by data necropolitics, life is no longer valued by its humanity, but by its efficiency, its profitability, its algorithmic worth. So we do have to ask, who do these systems really serve? And who gets to live with dignity? And who gets rendered invisible by design?